Today we are going to discuss about is marriage age or maturity. I have a guest with me here. Please, sister, can you tell us your name?
I still remain Osuji Ijoma.
And our handsome brother, please, can you tell us your name, sir?
I am Elizabeth Chukwuka.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss about is marriage age or maturity. So I want to start with you, sir. Please, can you tell us what is marriage?
Well, marriage, simply to me, is the union of a matured male and a female. And as simple as that. When you add something to this, it is no longer a layman's term. It is no longer for a layman to understand. And that is why when we appear in a general situation or general TV like this, we use simplest word to explain it. A simple remains the union of a matured male and a female. Thank you very much.
So please, is marriage age or about maturity?
Well, even before the time of our parents till this moment, marriage depends on maturity.
Okay.
Reason being that these days, even in those days, you see a male. I've always liked to use the word male so that you will know I'm talking about a male gender. Now, in those days, even till this moment, you see a male, some male attaining their age of 30, yet they still behave immaturely. They still behave like children. And people as such shouldn't be allowed to marry. Because once they marry and get in there, everything they will depend on is sex. And there will be nothing to prove there's marriage. Tomorrow you will see them hitting each other. Tomorrow you see them talking to each other harshly. And that does not depict good marriage. In fact, it doesn't point at marriage at all. So marriage depends on maturity. Today you see a young man of, say, 25 years, or even below, behaving maturely as somebody who can handle a female. And then you allow the person to go for it. So long as I'm concerned, marriage largely, in fact wholly, depends on maturity.
Okay, thank you. So, Sister Ijoma, we come to you. How is maturity affect marriage?
Okay, thank you. Maturity affects marriage in the sense that when you are not matured enough to handle marriage, many problems in your home. Because maturity is all about the ability for you to deal with the problem you find in your environment, the situation in which you find yourself into, how you deal with it, how you are going to, the ability for you to take care of it. That is matured mind. It's not everybody that can go into marriage knowing very well that you cannot be able to handle it. Can you be able to handle family affairs? It's not about your age. It's about how can you manage your home. Because when you are not matured, if you go into that marriage, you face a lot of problems. Maybe you come back home, let's say you're a woman, you come back home, you see your husband with a female standing, you don't even know what they're talking about. But when you are not matured in that marriage, you start shouting, bringing problems. Instead of calming yourself down, talk to the man in a low voice, in a way he will understand. Who is this person? At least the man will be able to give you a reasonable answer. But once you are not matured, you start shouting, creating nuisance. So it brings problem, thereby driving the man away from the home. It's very, very bad. So it affects marriage when you are not matured enough to handle it.
Even I have something to add into that.
Okay,
you see, when we talk about maturity, the opposite is immaturity. And immaturity is the inability to think wisely and act accordingly. Following what my sister just said, when you are not matured, that simply means that you can't think wisely and act accordingly. Now, in a family, that you got married does not mean there will be no family crisis. Crisis might be mild, it might be harsh. But what is expected of you as somebody who is matured is take things easy. Speak to your partner with low voice. That is how it starts. That is the first step. Even if there are some situations that might creep in. Your partner may react harshly. Now, it is not expected of you to, to respond harshly, because two wrongs can never make right. Now you take things easy. Then at a time, he is a human being. He or she will come back to his or her right senses, and things will continue auguring well. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this wonderful suggestion, sir. Please, Sister Ijoma, what are the solutions for this immaturity to marriage?
Okay, the solutions to immaturity to marriage is that once you know that you cannot handle family affairs, calm down. Wait until you know that you can be able to take care of it. It's not by your age. It's not by your height. It has to do with the mind.
Yes.
So if you know that you can be able to tackle issues there, you are good to go. There are some cases that you see a man going to marry a girl. Maybe he finds out that that girl at a point in time had a child at home. It takes matured mind to continue with the marriage, because you find out already. Because once you marry that girl, you automatically becomes a father to that child. If you are not matured enough, you cannot be able to handle it. But once you are matured, you can take care of it. There's nothing wrong in marrying somebody that have already have a child before. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a good thing. You continue and give that child a fatherly love. But once you are not matured, if you know that you cannot handle it, it better not. Don't try it. Going close to it, talk more of bringing the both of them inside the house just to frustrate the girl. So stay away from it. Wait until you know that you can be able to take care of family. Then you can be able to marry. The same thing goes to the ladies. If you know that you cannot handle a home, you don't know how to talk to your man, you don't know how to you don't have respect for them, it's better for you to wait until you are matured. And things out there at the world, there are a lot of things there. If you know that within yourself you've not finished the enjoyment that you feel like you want to enjoy, so that tomorrow once you are in the house, you will not be thinking, oh, I really want to go to party, I want to go this, I want to do this. Because once you are married, all these things will be cut off.
Yes.
Your husband tells you, sit down there, do this, do that, and exactly you will obey him, because at that time he automatically becomes your Lord. Whatever he says is what you will do. And once he raise here and say no, you want to raise shoulder, whether he is educated or not. Especially those ladies that married men that are not educated, sometimes they try to override them, and it's very, very bad. It's not good. But once you are matured, you see yourself dealing with it. Nobody will even know whether you are the one bringing food at home or the man bringing it. Nobody outside will find out. So it's not, and the men hate it when they are talking and you are talking. You better keep quiet, listening to them. But if you don't have a matured mind, you see yourself shouting on top of your voice until to bring a lot of problem, maybe slapping you or any other thing. There will be fight. Please, my dear, wait until you are matured enough to get married.
Thank you.
In addition to what my sister had just said, honestly, she tried. She's beating my imagination for her. That's all right. Let me talk on what I will refer to as prior maturity. Now, what do I mean by that? Factors that will lead to one getting matured before marriage. That is what I would like to talk about, and this is giving rise to being matured before marriage. One of the solutions to the question, as in to the problem. No, that is seminar. You attend marriage seminar. It is good for our young men and females out there to attend marriage seminar before they get married. Unlike our forefathers, when they will look at you, you begin to grow beards, you have farms here and there, you have yams and whatever in your barns, they will say, oh, this one is matured enough to get married. It's no longer so now. Yes. This time around, it is advisable that our young men and females out there they should attend marriage seminars. They shouldn't be regarded as children any longer. Yes. When a child is up to 22 years of age, allow him to attend some seminars. That will help him. And just like me, I don't really know. It started from childhood. I don't stay with youths. I don't know why. I only stay with ageds, most especially the ones that have grown gray hair. So when they talk to me, they share reasoning with me. I enjoy it, because when I go out there, when I meet my fellow youths, I reason higher than them. And I've been taught about family issues. Hardly you will see any family crisis that will outweigh me at this time. That is one of the things our fellow youth should be doing to curb this immaturity in marriage. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bro Chizoba. Our viewers, you have heard what my guests are saying concerning the effect of immaturity in marriage. I want to start with you, Sister Ijoma. What advice do you have for the youth out there concerning this immaturity in marriage?
Okay, my advice to my fellow youths, as I always say, is wait until you are matured enough to marry. Don't always marry because others are getting married. Don't always marry because you see that man is rich, or because your parents are forcing you to do so. Because some parents, once they see a suitor coming, in as much as that person is rich, they don't care to know. They don't check on your age. They don't check your matured mind. If you are able to handle that marriage, they will always want to push you. Please, my dear, say no to it. Stand on your feet. If you can be able to handle it, you are good to go. And the man you are going to marry, or the woman you are going to marry, should be your best friend. When I'm talking about best friend, doesn't mean best friends from childhood or whatever. No, the man you want to marry, or the girl, should be your best partner. You should confide in him or her in your hard time. But if you know that person, you always fear, you're always scared of that person whenever you see the person coming, my dear, that marriage will not work. Leave it, wait until you are matured enough to handle a home. Like me, I always take myself as an example. Whenever my mind is talking, I don't shout. Even if he's at fault, I will always be quiet. Watch him. Because whenever, if he's talking and you're talking at the same time, both of you will conclude into what? Fighting. But calm down. Allow the situation to calm down at first. Then you see yourself flowing very well. But if you are not in line with that person, if you are not in love with the person, nothing about that person that abuses you, because the first and the most important thing in marriage is all about love and understanding.
Yes.
But if this thing doesn't exist between the both of you, you should say no to that marriage. Don't go there. Watch yourself. Sit at home and say, am I ready to say bye-bye to old friends? Am I ready to say bye-bye to single life? Am I ready to welcome a home? Ask yourself if you're able to become a good mother or a good father to your children. Once you answer all these things to yourself, man, you can go and get married. But if you cannot find an answer to all these things, wait until you're able to find an answer to it. Wait until you make up your mind to get married so that you don't find problem in it. Because marriage is not like a relationship. There is no holidays in marriage. There is no break in marriage. There is no going back in marriage. It is what? Lifetime investment. You are there for life. You cannot come back home. So wait until you are matured. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Ijoma, for this wonderful advice.
Thank you.
Our brother Chizoba, please, what advice do you have for the youth out there concerning this effect of immaturity in marriage?
Well, lots of advice. Lots of them.
You give it to them.
Yes. We must understand that love is the prime thing in marriage. It is love that brings people together. It is love that sustains marriage. But the problem contemporary youth are having is that they allow sex to come first. Normally,
Gospel
love
Media
is supposed to lead.
Preaching the gospel.
But these days, sex leads. And at a time in a house, sex will not sustain.
The Changing Life program.
And one sex cannot.
Title.
That is the problem. So fellow youth, allow love first. Ensure that this person you are getting married to, you have something. There's something you feel inwardly for this person. And that each time you see this person, even if you are angry, there will be a smile on your face.
Yes.
You become happy.
Yes.
You become at that juncture, even if you want to do something drastic, immediately you see this person, you will no longer be able to do it.
Yes, you start.
And that is why.
Yes.
And again, remember that there are certain things you must do before you go into marriage. That is realizing that marriage is an institution you cannot graduate from.
Yes.
Other institutions, it is after graduation you will be given certificate. By marriage, you'll be given certificate before you go into it.
Yes.
And there's no other graduation. Till death do you part. And when it comes to, just as my sister said, tomorrow you may see somebody you love, and based on inquiry, you find out that this person is married before and probably have kids. It may not deter you to get married to that person.
Yeah.
If actually you love that person, go for the person. Except there's another problem you encounter on the way, maybe a situation where this is Eboland, a situation whereby the young man, the woman gave birth to a male child to the other man. Now, if there is understanding, if actually you know you love this woman, then go for what is called, there's this thing Igbo people do. You refund bride price.
Yes.
When you refund bride price, then the children are yours. Except the male child, maybe when he grows, he will say, I will go back to my father. There's not much problem there. Because blood is blood.
Yes.
Now, other advice is this. Know that you are no longer single. You know, sometimes people will get married, but when you watch their character, you find that they're still behaving as people who are still single, just as my sister mentioned. Then get it into your skull that once you are married, you are married.
For life.
Not in every situation you involve your parents. It is not in every situation you involve your parents.
Yes.
If actually you love that woman or you love that man, go to the bedroom. There's no problem that cannot be settled in the bedroom. Every matured man or woman understands what I'm saying.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Without wasting much of your time, I want to ask this question. Are you telling us that there is nothing like age in marriage? Nothing like age in marriage?
You see, when we talk about age, in a way, age should be considered. Reason being that it is advisable. I think it's even scientific that a male, talk about females now, a female should attain the age of 22 years so that the secondary sexual organs should be matured enough to bear children. Apart from this singular reason, there's no reason why age should be considered in marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
Even for males, once you're up to 15, 16, if you handle a woman, the woman can be pregnant. So we're not talking about males, we're talking about females.
Yes.
So that their secondary sexual organ will be matured enough to bear a child.
Yes.
Apart from this reason, there's no other reason why age should be brought into maturity or should be fused into maturity or should be considered when we are talking about family and maturity. Thank you.
Yes, age is not a barrier to
It's not a
marriage.
barrier.
Yes.
Not at all.
So the old person, you see these days now, you see men of 60 years marrying a girl of 20 years.
Yes.
Because it's not a barrier for marriage. You can marry the person, no matter the age bracket. It can work. What matters is what? Maturity. Are you prepared? Are you willing to carry on
Even
that marriage?
one time, governor of one of the northern states got married to a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
There was mixed feeling, there was mixed reaction. Yet today, it has been. Thank you.
That is a nice one. That is a nice one. Thank you, Sister Ijoma, and thank you, Brother Chisoba. We really appreciate your effort so far. Thank you for being in this program. I know that our viewers enjoys it. So, our viewers out there, I hope you have heard what our guest says about immaturity in marriage and is marriage age or maturity. You have seen it, you have heard it, that maturity is what we need in marriage, not age. So, don't involve yourself in marriage if you are not matured enough. When you are matured enough, you can go into marriage. But if you are not matured enough, there are books about marriage, there are seminars about marriage, there are programs about marriage in TV stations, in radio stations. You can listen to them, you can read the books, you can go to seminars, and God will bless you. Thank you for watching this wonderful program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, our guest.
Thank
Please,
you.
can we know your name again?
Okay, I still remember myself, Osuji Ijoma, from Imo State, Kedu.
Can we know your name, sir?
I am Alizoba Chukwuka.
Okay. Thank you, our viewers, for being with us.
And don't forget to subscribe.
You are right.
And bye.
God bless you.